will we have food for Christmas? The answer is yes. So already we've started activating, tapping into external sources to ensure that we have sufficiency of supply. How I want my farmers not to worry. There will be space for your products. Once you bring them to market, there will be space for that. But already we're looking to tap into external support for our vegetable lines and our table eggs. I think we all appreciate that there were challenges with table eggs prior to Hurricane Melissa. Those challenges have been made worse by Hurricane Melissa. And now we're in discussions with the Ministry of Finance about the appropriate relief that is needed to ensure that these items can land here at a reasonable price so that our consumers will have access to fresh fruits and vegetables and will have access to eggs for the Christmas period.
Now, more than ever, I need to be planting stuff because the price of every single thing in the grocery store has gone up. Even stuff that don't even grow in Jamaica has gone up. I've seen the price of shellfish has gone up by at least 20 to 30%. Jamaica does not have any shellfish in their waters. Why that has gone up since Hurricane Melissa, I don't know. But they're just finding any reason to be raising the prices. So now more than ever, we need to be planting our own food because it takes about 6 weeks to 3 months to get like the regular everyday staples, your tomatoes, your callaloo, your okra, things like that. So we gotta go hard because over the next 3 months, these prices are going to be killing us at the grocery store. It's crazy.
For the leaders in Jamaica, there is no way, year over year when a catastrophe hit, you guys are running all over looking for help. You're the most vulnerable when you can't feed yourself because people can't live without food.
Tell me how lobster, a luxury food, we can import it at 40% with an import duty at 40%, while chicken, the staple for most of us, is taxed over 200% in Jamaica. Yeah. So in Jamaican supermarkets, and I want you to follow me for this one because it's I'm going to get very technical, but I know all of us are feeling it. So in Jamaican supermarkets, a whole chicken weighs an average of what? About 1.7 kilograms. That's about 3.8 pounds. You see that bird? It costs us about, on average, depending on where you go, 1,860 Jamaican dollars. Meanwhile, in the United States, the very same chicken, this very same whole chicken can sell for $5 US.
YouTube family, it's me again, the one and only Jamaican, hailing from Rwanda. And as usual, you know, Rwanda is literally my second home. But I want to show you the amount of infrastructure development that's happening in Rwanda. I always got to show that because you see a country that came from a genocide, 1994, when 1 million people got slapped away. And everywhere you turn, construction is booming like crazy. Now, if you look at how clean the place is, that's a plus. And that's where they started to build a society. They didn't have much, and you can hear the president say it in his interview. They didn't have much. But he made sure that he inspired the people after the chaos to keep the place clean and start to build from within.
About cleanliness. You see across the country or in this city, that came from choice that was made about close now to 15 years ago. And it starts by asking ourselves. I remember certain moments we were in the cabinet of ministers, and I was saying, look, if we look back in our history, where even in rural areas, even in poor, we used to see our mothers, our aunties cleaning around the homestead, and you find it's a poor home, but it's a very clean home. And he made it very beautiful, and then actually people living in a clean environment, you know, benefit from that. So I said, how about if we elevated that to the level of our city, our villages, and our country? Aren't we likely to get the same benefits? And does that require donors to give us money for it? That is something we can do ourselves. We started saying, how about doing it every month, mobilize our population and say, let's do something that moves in that direction. And then actually it moved from just being cleaning around to building something. We started building schools, clinics, roads, and this, and with our own hands. And we could see results over time.
It always amazes me that 30% of Rwanda's GDP comes from food. 30%. Because although they're building infrastructure, and yes, without a doubt, some kind of farmland will be expropriated to build it. But it's not like, they close out on their food. Let me tell you, I was talking to my buddy in Uganda yesterday. He left Rwanda and he went on to Uganda. And he said, Uganda is not as organized as Rwanda, without a doubt. But he said the thing about Uganda, it doesn't have a food problem in Uganda. Let me say this to you people again. I'm going to say it to you. It's when the Western propaganda machine keep branding Africans are starving. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Without a doubt, there are hungry Africans in some areas, selected areas like in the Sudan, like things like that. And because most likely it's civil war and bad government, food can't reach the people. But overall, Africans can feed themselves. Food here is highly affordable, and most of the food is natural. Most of the food is natural. So Africans can feed themselves. You understand me? So when you move down to Africa, or you take a visit to any African country, look at these nice buildings here. Nice buildings. Nice, clean, organized. That's what I love. I love organization. You understand me? So when you see Rwanda doing a lot of infrastructure development, it's a nation that can feed itself. Food is not an issue when it comes to Rwanda. And my question, I will beat it like how I beat a dead horse. Why is it, for Christ's sake, here is a small country, population 13 plus million now, but here are richer countries all over. And you're going to tell me that Rwanda can accomplish this much in such a short period of time? And there are many countries, me not call no name.
You say, can you imagine me send a shop go buy tomato, sweet pepper, and 2 local pepper? I know busy me say $2,000 this. Like seriously, $2,000? Man, nah lie, them people here got hell headway like dingy. I swear.
There are many countries, as a minor catastrophe hits, they got serious food problem, highly disorganized, and robbery. And every man is for himself when man start rob people to survive. And what kind of foolishness? Me if you understand what I want to say. No. My question to you guys, what if another hurricane hit? Let me say this again. What if another hurricane hit?
So Jamaicans are paying 125% more for the same protein. And before anybody rush me, because I don't love rush me, and say, Lisa, we don't want any imported chicken from the United States because it this and that. Here's the spoiler. We already eat imported chicken. The chicken backs and leg quarters flooding our wholesale market. When we go out to wholesale, I say, sell me 4 pound of chicken or sell me 10 pound of chicken. Yeah, where do you think it comes from?
No, I'm a person who is well versed in history. And I know in World War II, when the Allies were really dropping some big bombs on Dresden. And yes, they were saying that was some military manufacturing was taking place. But based on my research and history, they were literally demoralizing the population by dropping them big bomb on the civilian population. Why? It's simple. They were just psychologically demoralizing them to a level that they were beating every ounce in the resistance. Let me say it again. You can demoralize a population with catastrophes, or man-made or not. And what you're doing, you're extracting all the resistance out of the people. So they, after a while, they become apathetic and say, boy, I may give up. Me can't take any more. Me need God, whatever. And they throw their hands up in the air because they can't feed themselves. I almost dropped the fall down. But you know, me a chat. So when you do that to a population, you can implement anything on them and they will just take it like a flapping fish. Worse, when the said population can't feed themselves.
And I can just see how the place look better. Eh? I don't even want to get in a conversation right now, dog. Just look on the place.
You're the most vulnerable when you can't feed yourself because people can't live without food. And in Jamaica's case, I'm a country, I'm love it, I'm not beat them down. We do not have any food security, and that is a shame. Almost everything we eat is rice and flour, high carbohydrate food. We're giving you sugar or diabetes.
And this is a silent crisis of protein poverty and the cruel irony that has been unfolding in Jamaica that I've gotten up on my feet in Parliament and spoken about. I've written ad nauseum about in my columns because I know the detriment that we will face with future generations if we don't feed our country properly and allow our people to afford food. Basic macro essential nutrients. So we know carbohydrates and fats are important, but doctors will tell you that protein is one of the most important macronutrients that helps with your body's resilience, healthy aging, building muscles, repairs tissues, supports immunity.
These young ones who are highly entertained from these gestures who are singing them death and destruction. You understand me? Don't inform them now about survival skill. It's all about sex and the fun and the dance and the hype and all a boatload of pure nonsense. Pure nonsense. And when catastrophe hits,
We need help, man. This is not good on the baby them day here. We need help. We're tired of this.
I have a 4-year-old.
We're tired of this.
4-year-old.
they don't know how to pull themselves up because their minds are not designed to deal with pressure. As long as they can run, go to KFC if you have a big lineup and spend their excess capital instead of investing it. You understand me? Them run, go to KFC and them want food, them want box food and all that thing. Yo!
I'm a smart KFC shopper, so what I did was I have some family members that love to wake up early, so they came while I slept, and right now my order is in there, and I'm just waiting. They're at number 3.
Why was it important for you to come and get chicken?
Because Uncle Colonel has been so good to us for 50 years. Oh my God, couldn't miss it.
If you do a budget, you know how much money them think they cost you? Them think they cost you a lot of money. Only if you invest the money to start read, you understand me? Yes, without a doubt. The entertainers are doing good. But they're doing good after they mash up on the brain. They're coming to give you guys back some hand out. Me not beat them down. They might do better than me right now because me over here so them over there so they're doing good. Me not beat them down. But let me pick it apart. Over the years, they have actually brainwashed you guys and saturate your guys' mind with entertainment and foolishness with no sense and take away no money. And when catastrophe hit, you don't know what to do. Now them come back upon them nice, beautiful horses and are giving us some handout. And them thieves some Buju Bantan goods out and barrel and Buju Bantan mad like hell. So the man him a rob him and him a cuss. Yo, Jamaicans, one of the best, you know. Uno are the best. You see? But that's what the thing said.
Right now, my brain mash up. I not even know what I say, but I say something. Because everything gone.
And I love a place, I say, man. Beautiful Rwanda. For the leaders in Jamaica, for the leaders, there is no way, year over year when a catastrophe hit, you guys are running all over looking for help. Your population is 2.8 million people. You don't have food security on the same one government when a catastrophe hit and you can't feed in the population. Yes, I know the storm has been severe and helicopters have to go in most places. But if you had proper food security and teach the people to provide for themselves, it wouldn't be so bad. Because the people are not planting food no more now. We say St. Elizabeth food basket mash up. So what about all the other parishes, them, who can plant yam and cassava and some, say, potato, some grown provision? I mean, hurricane hit, but you know, take out yam and cassava out of ground now. You know, take them there out. But better preparation need to take place. People, sun upon me and they feel good. But we'll talk. Peace out. Yeah, man.
Food security is going to be critical in the era that we're in and what is coming at us. The recent reports of the FAO indicate that 55% of Jamaicans are facing moderate to severe food insecurity, meaning that they are unable to have a balanced and nutritious diet, and many of them are underfed. We have to deal with that situation. And Jamaica is blessed with tremendous potential to produce food which is in demand here and abroad. And we need to focus on our agriculture and agro-industry and ensure the necessary inputs and support for our farmers are put in place so that we can achieve a much higher level of food security for our people.
Jamaica, what are we really celebrating in 2025? This past week, I have seen celebrations for the first KFC opening in St. Thomas. I have seen further celebrations for a new Church's Chicken in Kingston. And I'm just like, really? Because all I see is a celebration for all kinds of disease. I see celebration for cancer, diabetes, and early death. Yet people are lining up and we are going crazy for fast food fried chicken. No, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be negative. We've had a lot of bad news this year, but can we please keep it 100? I knew things were going downhill when years ago, I remember the first Sunday I was at Manor Park and I saw a line on a Sunday for KFC and I was like, Lord, have his mercy. This is what the world has become in Jamaica, where Sunday dinner was like a big family thing and there was a line at KFC and people are guzzling down on this unlimited soda. Try best take up some coconut water. When you feel for something a little bit sweet, go to your juice man and go get some juice. But this like new lifestyle, certain things, babes, must leave for foreign places. Certain things, we do not to bring everything to Jamaica. The last time I was home, I was shocked at the number of Krispy Kremes, Popeyes, Starbucks, all of the international brands in one little tiny country. We have 2.8 million people. Why do we have so much fast food? And everyone's getting excited and happy. And I know that it might feel like, this tastes good, or it might feel like a status thing because yes, you're buying up these brands, but stop giving them your money. Stop giving them your money, because we are finding out every day what these fast foods are doing to our bodies. Let us go back to grown provisions, eat some yam, banana, pumpkin, sweet potato, and like, let's get back to our food. Let us eat for us, our bodies, our health, our skin, like Jamaican skin pretty. Let's keep it that way. Let us not buy in to these like foreign Western concepts, but they're not for us. I need everybody to stop lining up. Like, oh my God, the lines at these places are shocking. Stop lining up for death. That's all.
I was here from 6 o'clock, but I got my food.
What's it like inside?
It's crazy. It was like an ant's nest. The people them want them chicken, but you know what them put in the chicken? We don't know.
So what prompted you to come out so early now to get this chicken?
Because of the national dish and ackee and salsa. KFC is the national dish.